Hello, what's up guys? Hope you are all fine. Today we are going to talk about the new Tata Nexon. Before that, don't forget to subscribe Auto and Bike channel and please click on the notification bell icon to stay updated. The Tata Nexon has been a runaway hit for the Indian car maker, and now comes the much anticipated and awaited Tata Nexon AMT or Hyperdrive. Call it a crucial piece in the turnaround strategy at the brand and you won't be strong. What began with the Tiago is good measure in 2016 was partially carried on by the Hexa and Tigor has been thrust in the right direction by the Tata Nexon. The subcompact SUV has sold over 25,000 units in its first 6 months since launch, and so it's only natural Tata wants to expand on that. So as was always expected, the Nexon now goes automatic with an AMT or automated transmission, or as Tata likes to call it, Hyperdrive. The Nexon gets a 6-speed AMT gearbox, and like its manual counterpart, the AMT also has the 3 driving modes, namely Sport, City and Eco, which you can switch on the fly using a rotary dial placed between the front seats. Now typically on an AMT, you lose that sense of power or that elasticity that you want, especially when you overtake someone. You want to be able to downshift and get a nice thrust of power. Tata says its engineers have put in something called a kick down feature in this car to provide you exactly that. Does it work? Well, the response is typically AMT like, but if I put it into sports mode, things get a tad better. So it's not an absolutely instant sharp response, but it's certainly better in sport mode than on Eco or City. So if you are driving on the highway, I suggest you to stick to the sport mode. But even then, you have to plan your overtaking maneuvers properly, so that you are not left wanting for the surge of power when you need it most. But that's not a flaw on this car in particular. It's an impediment of AMTs in general. Now let's take a look at the specs of the car. Nothing has changed from the manual and the number remains the same. 108 bhp of max power and 260 Nm of peak torque on this 1.5 liter rev torque unit. The 6-speed gearbox allows for the Tiptronic function in sport mode. The Nexon AMT retains its good on-road manners, and we are happy to report that the ride quality remains as good as the manual variants that first came 6 months ago. Interestingly, the 1.2 liter Revtron petrol engine and the 1.5 liter diesel make the same amount of power, but the petrol naturally has less torque at 170 Nm. But like on the manual, the petrol engine feels a touch more engaging to drive. So when you mash the throttle, it feels more responsive and the gears do shift quicker. The car's unique stance and roofline do give it a hatchback look in traffic rather than an SUV, but it still works. The Nexon is a good looking car to begin with. The contrast roof and body color had a white element that runs around the window sill and to the back of the car below the rear windscreen. Not everyone like that, and so on the AMT you find the contrast roof color also used here too. It also makes the car seem a bit bigger, more sophisticated and mature. The Etna Orange, by the way, is only being offered with the Hyperdrive variants for starters. Cool idea because the color rocks. Tata Motors will also be offering customization option on the Nexon AMT. There will be 2 body kits on offer, which are the Aktiv and the Aero. In fact, Tata had showcased the Nexon with the Aero body and has already launched it as well. Apart from that, customers will be able to choose the color of the body and the roof on Tata's online imaginary platform. What takes it to the next level or is the PEPS wearable key, designed to be worn on the wrist like a fitness band or a watch. The PEP Smart Key is a waterproof and simply does away with the need for a regular key. It can be used to unlock and lock and even start the car. The PEP key is available only with the Nexon variant, which have a start-stop button. But it is pretty cool, isn't it? In fact, the PEPS key was first introduced in Jaguar and Land Rover models, and thanks to the synergies between the company, the PEPS key technology has sort of trickled down to Tata's regular models as well. Now we have known Tata to be aggressive with its pricing, and it is quite likely it will stay the course with the Nexon AMT 2, stay between 7 to 11 lakhs for the petrol and diesel AMT variant. It is great plan for Tata to offer petrol and diesel AMT at once and add in great pricing, and you may have an absolute winner. The subcompact SUV segment is only going to get bigger, and with the likes of Maruti delaying the launch of the Vitara Brezza Automatic and its petrol engine option, it could prove to be a great opportunity for Tata to notch up for this best seller. If you like this video, don't forget to share and subscribe Auto and Bike channel, and please write the comments below.